final game of the La Liga season. We're literally about to kick off here. I've left it to like the last minute possible just to see what Premier Sports are doing, because usually at the final game of the season they like to do this goal show. But finally, well, thankfully I managed to find one where it's just showing our match, so at least there's that. Oh, man, ref. Lewandowski is, I think he's starting. I mean, it said he was starting, so oh, there he is. They were in his final game for the club. I mean, there could be a final game for the club for quite a few players here. Realistically, I mean, we know for a fact Lewandowski's his final game. Szczesny could potentially be his last game. Could also be the last game of Rashford as well, potentially. We don't really know what's going to happen with Rashford in the summer, but here, I guess the referee just wants it synced up with every other La Liga game, because obviously all the La Liga games are kicking off at the same time here. So yeah, I mean, of course, there's still the relegation battle to decide in La Liga. You're not happy for Man City? Is it because Pep's leaving, Sahood, I'm guessing? I'm guessing it's because Pep's leaving. Is that why you're not happy? God, how long's the kickoff gonna be? Dear me. Surely every other game's kicked off at least now. Anyway, there's nothing riding on these two teams. We have nothing left to play for. Valencia have nothing left to play for. So, finally, vamos, let's end the season on a high. Final game of the league campaign. Feels weird saying that. I don't know if it feels like yesterday the season started, but here we go. Gavi on the ball. No, yeah, they only won the FA Cup, didn't they? It is what it is. It is what it is. You can't win it all the time. You can't win all the time, so I know all too well. Can't win everything you would want to win all the time. But yeah, it could be a final last games at the club for quite a few players, like I mentioned before. Of course, we know Lewandowski, this is his final game for the club. That's a fact, because he's going to be leaving in the summer. No, that's confirmed, because of course he's going to leave as a free agent at the end of his contract. It could potentially be the last game of Szczesny. We don't know if he's going to retire at the end of this in the summer. Who knows? Rashford, we don't know what's going to happen with his future. Same with João Cancelo on the bench tonight. So if Cancelo comes on, we don't really know what's going to happen with him. But yeah, there's a few potential final appearances for certain players tonight. But of course, the one that's guaranteed is Lewandowski. So yeah, it's gonna be. I hope he can score in his final game, but we'll see what happens. Balde and Rashford trying to link up there, but done well defensively there for Valencia. Number 5, Targère clears it away. Ali FC won the President Cup. I don't know what that is, but nice. I haven't got a clue what that is, but good for them. Good for them. Right, come on. Let's end the season on a high. I mean, I'm just glad that going away to Valencia is the last game of the season when we have nothing left to play for. Like, because, yeah, going away to Valencia, historic. Yeah, even when they're not that good right now, even when they were good, historically, going away to Valencia, it's always been a bogey team for us. Like, genuinely. Like, bogey stadium. Even when I used to play, like when I first was starting to play FIFA, even FIFA 17 and stuff, I always used to struggle to play against Valencia. I could beat Real Madrid, I could beat Atletico, I could beat anybody else. But Valencia, I don't know what it was, but Valencia were just like that bogey team, and they've been a bogey team for us in real life as well. Even when they've not really had that much joy in recent times, they've been a bit of a bogey team. Haven't heard of Dan Juma in a while. To be fair, neither have I, but he's a bit of a journeyman, isn't he? Mr. Dan Juma. Arsenal deserve the title. Unfortunately, yes, that is the case. I just hope, I hate having to root for PSG in a Champions League final, but for the sake of the footballing world, I kind of hope that Arsenal don't win the Champions League, because if they did, let's just say we'll never hear the end of it. But here's Ferran Torres on a counter-attack here, of course, up against his boyhood club. Plays in Rashford. Rashford, can he get the shot off? Oh, he gets tackled. There's a good link up there between Ferran and Rashford, to be fair. Of course, yeah, Ferran Torres up against his boyhood club. course, came through the system at Valencia before he made his move to Man City, and then obviously came to us. Yes, we did win the Women's Champions League. I actually watched that. I actually watched that match. It was a very good game. First half, I thought Lyon were the better team, but second half, Barca just went into gear and destroyed Lyon in the end. No worries, so yes, we will be definitely be doing matches of the World Cup, 100%. Not every match, but quite a few. Rashford in the corner. Araujo gets his head on it, but somewhat cleared away by Valencia. Still alive for them. Gerard Martin. Go on, Varane getting the end of it. Nice. Varane, nice piece of skill. Keeps the ball in the box. Varane. Ah. He's tried his best there, but yeah, managed to stop him in the end of Valencia defence. But yeah, we would definitely be doing watch-alongs for the World Cup. Not every single game, because if I did every single game, then I probably would never be able to sleep for like, the next month. But yeah, you know, that's just hope for the best. Of course, we're doing every England game, which, based on the squad that got called up the other day, I am very much not looking forward to. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. How is a team with Eric Garcia winning a top 5 league? The sport. Eric Garcia is a good player. He's not the same player that he was at Man City. He is now a very good player. He is honestly. He's like that's kind of like he reminds me of Sergio Roberto. Like he's not like a guaranteed starter, so to speak. He's not like a star name, but he can do the job in any position you ask him to play. Because Eric, he can play at right back, centre back, holding midfield. He can do the job. He can even play at left back. He's an absolute beast. So yeah, he could do the job in all those positions. And obviously Sergio Roberto, he was similar. He could play in midfield. He could play at right back. He could even play as like a right midfielder at times. Like, he was very versatile, Sergio Roberto. And yeah, Eric definitely reminds me of him in a way. Also, if we're in the UK, it is ridiculously warm. Valencia have a chance. Thankfully, it was offside, I believe, from Diego Lopez at number 16. And then number 16, of course, both teams have nothing left to play for here, so at least it's that. Well, other than pride, obviously. Oh, he was onside. You've seen Gonzalo Guedes play left back. Yeah, I mean, Guedes playing left back, that is something. It has to be said. Yeah, I don't really think you're in a position to comment when you've seen Gonzalo Guedes at left back. Here's Ferran Torres, tries to cut it back for Lewandowski. Valencia managed to get back. If Lewandowski does score today, of course, obviously it's his final appearance for the club before he leaves us in the summer. But if he was to score, he would get his 120th goal for us, so that'd be nice. That would be very nice indeed, and it would be almost an amazing way to go out, so to speak. Anyway, here's Bernal. That gets fouled. I really want him to score. I wanted him to score last week, but obviously his final home game, but unfortunately that wasn't meant to be. So hopefully he can score here and, yeah, on his final game for the club, and then we can be happy. Of course, the relegation battle's still yet to be decided in La Liga today. So that'll be, keep your eye on Mallorca, Girona. Oh, who is it again? It's Mallorca, Girona, Levante, Elche, Osasuna, and Sevilla? Yeah, probably Sevilla. I probably would say they're still in it, to be brutally honest. Yeah, keep your eyes out on them teams. If Sevilla got relegated, that'd be crazy. Maybe don't keep as much of an eye on Mallorca because I feel like they're gone. They would need a miracle in order to stay up. Because yeah, what they'd need is they need obviously win their game, and then every other team around them loses. So that is what the Mallorca need. They need a sheer miracle to stay up. So yeah, that's what they'll need. Sheer miracle. So, yeah, hopes and prayers from Mallorca, please. Is Chesney. Is it Long? That actually could have an impact on us as well, because obviously we sold 2 of our players to Mallorca in Pablo Torre and Jan Vigile. And obviously, we sold them for quite low transfer fee, but we had a massive sell-on clause in them deals. So if if Mallorca were to get relegated, it would mean that obviously if they did sell those players in the Segunda, then we wouldn't really be getting that much money. So yeah, it wouldn't be great. So I'm kind of hoping Mallorca do the miracle, but it's not looking likely. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, here's Danny Olmo trying to come forward here. Good defending again from Valencia. Despite the fact that both teams have nothing to play for, they're actually doing well, it's been a decent game. That's what I'm basically trying to say. It's been a decent game. Must admit, I mean, it has been a long season, but hey, do I have any link? I do not, unfortunately, Mohammed, but if you want to, I could suggest going on Twitter. Usually those places like that have interesting links for matches. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but yeah, I mean, if you're desperate to watch the match, then try Twitter/X and just type like Barcelona live or something, and then you can go from there. Hopefully it'll be fine for you. UCL final, it'll be a boring Arsenal win or an absolute PSG battering. Unfortunately, I'm hoping for the latter because Arsenal winning the Champions League, I feel like would end football. I'm not gonna lie. I think every fan that isn't an Arsenal fan would have to go into hiding for like a few months. Then to have the cross into the box, it's still alive for them. Thank God he slipped, but it could still be a chance. Big block here. Still alive. Thankfully, out in the stands. Valencia, huge chance for them to score there. Very big chance for them to score. I don't know what we were doing. Just fell asleep at the back. Balde, that was a shocking clearance from him originally. Gavi putting his heart and soul on the line for the team. You love to see it. My dears. I'm literally watching it on my TV, Mohammed, so I can't show you a link because I'm watching it on my TV. You know what I mean? I'm watching it on my TV, so there is no link. Yeah, I hate to tell you. Or literally, like I said, all you have to do is just, if you're that desperate, go on to something like Twitter or X, and then just put in Barcelona Live, and you'll find some links. Would I recommend it? No. But if you're that desperate, then you believe in your firewall, then do it. Right, Olmo wins a free kick here. God. Guido Rodriguez, former Real Betis and West Ham midfielder, fouled Ferran and Olmo. Fouling two players or one tackle. How's that even possible? But But here. But here. Put my camera on my well, no, because I can't show you the game because it's illegal. I can't do that. I wish I could, but I can't because it's illegal and my channel would get taken down. So unfortunately, then if you don't have Twitter, then you're kind of screwed. Unfortunately, Mohammed. Yeah, I don't know where you're based in the world, but if you tell me where you're based, I could find out where the match is getting streamed to. Like, in terms of, like, something like that. Yeah, exactly, Cometo. Exactly. I'm not going to risk my channel just because you're that desperate to watch the match. I've told you where to go, and it's not my problem if you don't have Twitter. I'm just being kind. And anyway, I said that you probably shouldn't be going on things like Twitter for watching matches, but if you're that desperate, then do it. But it's not something I'd recommend. Anyway, here's Rashford. Rashford with the cross, punched away by their goalkeeper, Dimitrievski. It's available on Bet. Well, yeah, there you go then. If you're in the UK, Mohammed, then watch on Bet365. If not, then I don't know. Then you're on your own, unfortunately. But Araujo, go to Eric, Banal. Well, how we doing, Mr. Comet? How we doing? Oh, Real Madrid's games got a goal and Madrid have scored. Gonzalo's playing for them. Interesting. They're beating Athletic Bilbao. I tell you what, Bilbao, they'll be thankful this is the last game of the season, because if there was 2 games left, they could have easily still been in the relegation battle. Bilbao. Like, up until, I'd say, well, last game week, like, literally, there was from 8th to 19th was in the relegation battle. Like, genuinely, that league has been insane. De Jong's still on the bench. He is indeed, CP. There's rumours that he's trying to save himself for the World Cup, so he's at his best for the Netherlands. Well, rumours. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but the rumours are there. The rumours are there. That's what apparently the rumours are, supposedly. Whether they're true or not, another matter entirely. Win the World Cup. Well, the Netherlands certainly have a better chance than England, that's for sure. There's Varane trying to cross it in for Lewandowski, but yeah, it was pretty poor cross. Got the Nunes there right back, and he hit the back of the goalkeeper. Even if he did show the game, you would see it for 2 minutes and it's gone. Yeah, very literally, exactly. Like, literally, if I was to say, I picked up my phone, right, and I went live on here and I was recording the screen, my TV screen, like showing my TV screen, I would probably literally be up for about 2 minutes and then my channel's gone. Like that. So, there's literally, it's just stupid. Like, it really is. My World Cup predictions. I'll probably release the video a week before the tournament starts. So, when does it start? The 11th of June. So that will be... Ooh, how many weeks away is that? That's 3 weeks away. So I'll probably get my prediction video out starting on like the beginning of June, basically. I'll get my predictions video out. You can discuss them now if you want. I don't mind viewer predictions. You can discuss them now if you want. I don't mind. I just won't give away my predictions because obviously for the video purposes, but you know. Hey-ho. You got us out in the groups. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we got knocked out in the group. How bad that squad is. That Tuchel's called up. But, hey, I wouldn't be surprised, but surely we'll still get through that group. Yes, the only tough game in there is Croatia, realistically. But we should be getting through that group. Even with the crap squad. My only concern is what will happen when we play like a France or a Brazil or something like that. You know what I mean? I'll just say the Telegraph prediction you did. You have a shocking round of 32 prediction. Ooh. Interesting, CP. Interesting. We have Ivan Toney and Jarrell Kwanzaa. Tony's the worst one, in my opinion. Right, when it comes Valencia, coming forward here on this left-hand side, they get the cross into the box. Hugo Duro over the bar. He should have done better there. He had a free header. He should be at least putting that on target and troubling Chesney. But thankfully for us, it was over the bar. But yeah, Tony is the worst one. Because that guy is scoring goals against a bunch of camels. So, like, come on now. It's not exactly the highest level, is it, Saudi? And why do we need 3 strikers anyway? Right? Yeah, Keane and Watkins, that's fine. Watkins is the backup to Keane. But then in the event that, say, God forbid, Harry Kane or Watkins was injured, we've got Rashford. He can play up front. Rashford could play up front. Hell, if he decided to call up Jared Bowen, Bowen could have played up front. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need 3 strikers. It's just a bit crazy. But whatever. Anyway, speaking of Rashford, here he is now on the ball. Left-hand side, whips in the cross. Go on, Eric. Eric with a shot. Oh. Of all the people we could have had there, that unfortunately had to be Eric Garcia. Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate, but yeah, what can you do? Well, Palmer and Foden I can justify, because them two haven't really had very good seasons, to be brutally honest. Maguire, I don't understand that, especially ahead of like John Stones should not have been called up because the guy's played what? I've heard he's played like 5 minutes of football since oh god, Valencia could be hitting us on a counter attack. I after the corner didn't exactly go to plan. Um John Stones has only played like what 5 minutes of football. He's mostly been injured this season. So I don't understand calling him up. With Dan Burn, why the hell we called him up? The guy's a donkey. Jordan Henderson in the big 2026. I mean, don't get me wrong. I respect Jordan Henderson a lot, but he's not. He should not be getting called up still. Not ahead of somebody like Adam Wharton, for example. Kwanzaa's actually been decent. Oh, fair enough, CP. CP knows. CP has watched the Bundesliga, so he can inform us on that. So if Kwanzaa's been good, then fair enough. But obviously, for most English people, we don't watch the Bundesliga, so you know. Maguire's been fantastic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maguire should be in. Maguire should be in ahead of either Stones or Dan Burn. That's what I'm saying. Maguire should be there ahead of Stones or Dan Burn. Like, honestly, what I would do is I'd have Maguire in for Stones, and then I'd take Burn out for like Lewis Hall or something like that. That's what I'd do because I said in my YouTube short reaction to the squad, like oh, what was I going to say? I completely forgot that Lewis Hall. Yes, I haven't watched a lot of Newcastle games. Hang on, could be a chance. No cleared away. Only as far as Ferran Torres being held up. Foul ref. No. It's still alive. Mark Bernal and a Balde. I'll get back to that point in a second. Balde, good little build up here. Balde. It's a side netting. Ah, got to be doing better there. But what was I saying? In my YouTube short, I said that Lewis Hall. Obviously, I haven't watched all of Newcastle's games this season, but I remember when we played Newcastle in the Champions League in the round of 16. In the first leg at St James's Park, Lewis Hall had he kept Yamal very, very quiet. And if you can keep Lamine Yamal quiet, you get my respect. So yeah, I mean, based on that alone, I don't know how he wasn't called up, but whatever. Why does Araujo have blue hair? That's a good question, to be honest. The rumours is that he's dyed his hair blue for obviously the World Cup with Uruguay. That's apparently why he's done it. But you know, so Nuno Mendes has most. Hey, Nuno Mendes has become a very good player since Luis Enrique went to PSG. So yes, Nuno Mendes does have my respect. He turned himself around. He turned himself around because before Luis Enrique went to PSG, he was an absolute fool. Well, not fool, but he was a headless chicken, Nuno Mendes. Whereas now he's actually quite a solid fullback, or wing back, so to say. I'll check when I can, CP. Anyways, Farhan, we need to talk more about this game. We're too busy talking about World Cup and all that nonsense. Maguire should be one of the first names alongside Kane. Well, maybe not alongside Kane, but he should have been in the squad. I'll agree with that. The only person I'd say is like the first name in the squad is like Olmo with a shot, but unfortunately wide. Hits a side none. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the only person who should be like a first name in the squad, obviously Kane, and then I'd honestly say Pickford for the time being because he is literally England's number one. So yeah, but like in a realistic sense, I feel like our only world class player is Kane. Like, that is literally it. If anything was to happen to Harry Kane between now and the start of the World Cup, we are screwed. Like, let's just say that. Tell you what, Pickford is England's number one. He is the GOAT. That man is a machine of a goalkeeper. Anyway, here's corner here for us on the left-hand side. Rashford whips it in. Straight at the goalkeeper. Did I say the James Bond? I've heard about it, but I've never really been into James Bond, so yeah, I'm not really going to be purchasing it. Koeman Jr. Koeman Jr. Pickford, but when you pick an England squad, the three... Oh, hang on. Valencia coming forward here. Luis Rioja. Their ultras are bouncing. Well, man, Balde. See, that's why you've been displaced in the team. You're just so weak physically. When you pick an England squad, the three musts are Kane, Pickford, and Maguire. Fair enough. Oh, fair enough, then. Fair enough. I've heard people crying about Trent not being in the England squad, and I'm just like, he's been crap for Real Madrid for most of the season. Yeah, fair enough. He's been in their team recently, displaced Danny Carvajal, but he's been crap. So, exactly, Trent's never been good for England anywhere, which is why I actually rate Tuchel leaving out Foden, because Foden's never been good for England. So I actually like the fact that he left Foden out. Doesn't like, but I mean, I've seen that some of the films, they're all right. It's just not really my cup of tea, spy movies, to be brutally honest. It's just not really my cup of tea. Maybe if I was born like 10 years earlier than what I was, then maybe I would have liked it, but I don't know. Can't really say. Palmer's questionable. He's been injured, though, and he's not really performed. For another shot! Straight Dimichevsky again. We're having decent chances, but we're not really troubling the goalkeeper that much. Trent's not a right back, should be a centre mid. I think we tried him at centre mid when we were under Southgate, and he did quite crap. But yet again, that was under Southgate, and Southgate ball. that was something. That was something. Any news about Rashford? The most recent rumours I've heard is that the club want him to stay, but they're not willing to pay the 30 million to keep him. So they're trying to negotiate with Man United to see if there can be any sort of like negotiation of the 30 million. I don't think it's the actual transfer fee that's the problem. It's these wages. Because at Man United, Rashford's on like what? I mean, comment or you'll know the actual how much money he's actually on. But I swear he's on like over 300 grand a week at Man United. So the 30 million isn't the issue. Yeah, I think it's just the fact that obviously the 30 million on top of the wages would be the issue. He's on 375k. Well, that'll be it then. That'll be the issue. It's not just the 30 million. It will be the 30 million plus the wages. That's why we want to bring the buy fee down so that it complies with La Liga's FFP and all that crap. You know what I mean? He's just not that good. But if it was me personally, I would just pay the 30 million. But obviously, I don't know the whole financial situation for us, so like I don't know the whole ins and outs and everything like that. I'm not the accountant, so you know. But yeah, I would try and keep Rashford, 100%. And I'm not just saying that because he's an Englishman. He has been very good for us, very underrated actually. Very underrated. He has like over 20 goal contributions in all competitions this season. And considering that for the most part, he was brought in to be a better, like a bench player, that's very impressive. That is very impressive indeed. Holland looks like he's staying. Oh, Haller, you mean? Haller's going to stay at Utrecht, is he? Thought he was going to leave. Here's Gavi. But yeah, that'll be the issue with Rashford, the actual buy fee and the wages. And now Valencia on a counter-attack. It's a 3v2. This is not good. I think Valencia might score here. Big chance! What a blocker! Oh. Uruguayan tank. You love to see it. You love to see it. He would rip La Liga. Well, to be fair, it took a while for Rashford to score his first goal in La Liga. At the start of the season, he was more of an assist getter. Genuinely. His first goal in La Liga was obviously for us, it was against Sevilla away, where we lost 4-1. Obviously, that was a horrible game for us, but But yeah, that was his first La Liga goal. He's scored most of his goals in the Champions League, to be honest. I mean, I remember the two he got against Newcastle. Those were beautiful goals. To be honest, corner for Valencia, somewhat dealt with. They have a shot from distance, big save from Chesney. It was caught very well there by the Valencia player. I didn't catch his name, but damn. Hallow is wanting to extend. The only good news is he's willing to take a cut. Well, at least he's willing to take a pay cut. At least there is that. At least there's that, TP. At least he's willing to take that pay cut. At least. So at least that's something. But yeah, Rashford has been a very good signing, to be fair. Considering my expectations of him were quite low, he's had a very good season. Permanently signed ex-La Masia player. Oh, you've signed him permanently. Nice. And didn't you say you wanted him permanently as well? So yeah, that's a... You'll be happy about that then, CP. You'll be happy about that then. He's so good. Sings. Hey, I hope he continues to do well for you. Good old ex-La Masia boy, Alacon. Beautiful stuff. There could be a chance here. Varane. Oh, I say I'm not a huge fan of Varane on the wing, but what can you do? He was a key reason in the season getting saved. Hey, Alacon, shout out to him. Big shout out. Real Sociedad are beating Espanyol. You'll have to see it. Sounds like a festival. Angel Alacon. I remember when he was playing for us in our like little banter era that we were in. What was the number 23 who called that? Greenwich, their centre midfielder who had that absolute rifle of a shot right at Chesney. No worries, CP. No worries. Oh, so there's a cooling break. Cooling break right now. I imagine, because obviously here in the UK it's red hot at the minute, so I can imagine it's even warmer in Spain. You know what I mean. Well, the other let's have a look at some of the other matches. Mallorca winning. I need a Mallorca win. It's drawn 0-0 still. Damn, Mallorca! I don't want you getting relegated, man. Damn. Thinking about long-term profit here. Jesus. Also, for anyone who hasn't seen, Hull got promoted to the Premier League today. So, congrats to them. Good old Hull City. Imagine if Hull take Tottenham's place in the Premier League. The absolute Saints. Harry Kane scored for Bayern Munich in the German Cup final. Got an assist by Alicia. Damn. Them two linking up right yet again. You know what the worst thing is? Alicia could have played for England. Can you imagine that, man? Alicia on the right wing for us. We would have actually... Oh, my God. Oh, saying that, I think if Alicia was English, Tuchel probably wouldn't have called him up. That's probably the thing. I bet if Alicia was actually playing for England, Tuchel wouldn't have called him up. He would have just said, nah. You know what I mean? Wait, is a Raul coming off here? Because it's shown on the replay, he was pointing at his shin, so he must have had like a little knock to it or whatever. Kabasi looks like he might be warming up. Tuchel, exactly, Tuchel wouldn't pick him. Yes, there's the Barca away end. You love to say it, singing their hearts out. I wish I was in amongst it, but you know, we're doing the second best thing, doing a watch along. He'd prefer Gordon. God, he would prefer Gordon. That's the thing. He probably would. And the fact that Haaland could have played for England as well. Imagine a strike force of Kane and Haaland. Oh my God, we could have been insane. You know what we could have had? We could have had Alicia, Haaland, Musiala. Can you imagine that? If them three players had declared for England, can you imagine our team? God, we would have been filthy good. Musiala, Haaland, and Alicia alongside Kane. Oh my God, that would have been absolute filth. That genuinely would have been absolutely disgusting. But we'll never know now. We'll never know. I mean, unless you watch Bayern Munich every week, but I don't. So Haaland's crap. Yeah, but imagine him alongside Kane. Because it would make sense for Kane, because we all know what Harry Kane loves to do. He loves to drop back into CDM. They think he's like a creative playmaker like Messi, when he's not. So it would have been great, because Haaland could have been the vocal point, and then Kane could have done this whole, oh, I want to drop into CDM, yeah. Come on, Kane. Like, it would have helped us a lot, but we'll never know. I guess we'll never know. Never knew Messi was a... Yeah, but Kane does it to the extreme level. Kane just likes to drop deep because he thinks he's like Messi and can drop a little deeper and dictate the play by passing the ball about everywhere. You're not Messi. You're Harry Kane. Like, Jesus. It's not rocket science, Gary. It's not rocket science. Oh, Joe Martin down here. That's not good. Pickford, what a slop. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Kane would drop so deep he'd be in goal at times. Rivalry creation. Jordan, if you fancy me playing in goal, you going up front. Obviously. Huracan. Hopefully Joe Martin's okay. He took a little knock to the head. So yeah, he's got a bit of blood. Yeah, he's bleeding a bit. He did take a boot to the top of his head here. So yeah, there is a bit of blood coming from the top of his head. Pooh. I mean, completely accidental. Both players are going for the ball there, but yeah, it's still not nice. Still not nice, is it? Araujo looks so daft with that blue hair. I mean, I don't want to call him too much, but Araujo really does look really stupid with that blue hair. I'm not gonna lie, he does look really stupid. He sticks out like a sore thumb. Like, could he have not have waited until he went off with Uruguay before he dyed his hair like that? Oh, it's like a proper like luminous blue that you could have seen. Like you could see it from like a mile off. It's so stupid. Yes, CP, how we doing? Rahul, please. Why did you have to dap it like that? I'm seeing it tomorrow, CP. I'm seeing it tomorrow. Gonna go and see it tomorrow afternoon. I'm very much looking forward to it. I've heard mixed reviews about it though, so I'm interested to see if those reviews are warranted. But yeah, I'll be seeing it tomorrow afternoon. Very much looking forward to it. If you want a spoiler-free review, I can give you it. Wait, isn't the Canadian Grand Prix tomorrow? Might go live for that. What time's it on? Anyone know what time it's on? 9. Is that my time or your time? I mean, it doesn't really matter really if it's on 8 or 9 p.m. Oh crap! Oh, jeez. Javi Guerra nearly having a chance for the score there for Valencia. 9 p.m. my time. Oh, I'll do a watch long for that then. My first F1 watch long of the season. Oh, is this season on? So yeah, I'll be doing a watch along for that. I can give you my spoiler-free review then, CP. I'll give you my spoiler-free review then. Once I've seen it. But yeah, I'll be going early tomorrow afternoon, like 1 p.m. my time is when I need to be there. At the cinema. So yeah, I'll be seeing it 1 p.m. UK time. At my local cinema. We start our co-op June. Yeah, June the 4th. June the 4th. June the 4th indeed, CP. June the 4th. I'm still surprised EA made it as well. I say it cheap, but for EA standards, the DLC is actually quite cheap for their standards, anyway. Because I was full on expecting EA John Martin's down again here with his head. I don't think he's going to be able to continue here. His head is just continuously bleeding. We're still playing on, so we're temporarily down to 10 men. I was like full on expecting EA to have it as like the price of like a full-on game. You know what I mean? Like, knowing how EA have operated in the past, I was expecting them to make it like a full-on, like full price, as if they were releasing a brand new game. But surprisingly, they didn't. Kudos. Thinking of making it a series, don't really like streaming it because you can't really chat. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough, CP. I mean, yeah, you can do that if you want. I haven't decided if I'll stream it or make a YouTube series on it yet. I might stream it, but then like get like YouTube shorts out of it. I'm thinking that's what I might do. Like they get like short clips of like funny things that happen, etc. You know what I mean? Anyway, corner for Valencia, whipped in. Oh God, still alive. Get that Chesney. Thank you. They call him Chesney for a reason. He plays it long, tries to find Rashford on the counter-attack. Oh, a bit of a heavy touch there. Oh, Rashford couldn't get on the end of it. Couldn't get on the end of it. Excuse me. That's the pop kicking in there. I thought it would be like 45. 45. Well, like 45-minute long video. You want to make it like a 45-minute long video. Is that what you mean? Right, heading to it. Well, we're in the final, we're in the 40th minute now. Oh, 45 euro. That's what it meant. Yeah, I honestly thought they would probably make it like full price. The DLC, knowing EA. But fair play to them. How much is it on Steam again? I'll check at halftime. I swear it's like 20 something pound here in the UK. Well, at least on PC anyway. I don't know about console. But on Steam, I've seen it's like 20 something quid. Elche beating Girona. That is bad news for Girona, as if they lose today, they are relegated, which is actually quite mad to think of, because it wasn't that long ago they were playing in the Champions League, and Girona could be relegated today. Quite crazy. Quite crazy. Yeah, I thought it was like 20 something quid. I don't know if it's on Steam already. I do know it's on press release. The last time I checked, I checked when it was revealed, and it wasn't on Steam yet, so I'll just have to keep checking. I'll just have to keep checking, really. I'll just have to keep checking for when it is eventually available on Steam. I have to keep checking. The F1 quality is way too hot. Yeah, there's a heat. Also, I'm glad there's a heat wave in the Netherlands as well. Madrid are 2-0 up. Bellingham scored. Because over here in the UK it is boiling hot. I mean, it says it's 16 degrees on my PC, but my room was like probably like about 25, 26 degrees. So yeah, that's fun. So yeah, I'm sweating like a pig right now, but what can you do? What can you do? Yeah, I can only imagine what the room you're in, CP. Who's doing the best in qualifying, by the way? Who's doing the best? Actually, was it the sprint earlier? Who won the sprint? I'm going to guess it was probably Antonelli. You had an hour and a half of sleep. Oh my god. Yeah, that is pain. You like the 30 degrees over there, but these rooms on the highest... Oh, yeah, it's because heat rises. That's what happens. So the higher up in a building you get, the hotter it gets. So that's why ideally you'd want to be on like the bottom floor. Or maybe even the middle floor, so you have the best of both worlds. Sort of, well, even if there is a best of both worlds. Lewandowski's committed a foul there in the penalty box. So, free kick for Valencia. Oh, Russell won. Damn, Russell. I managed to somehow get the sleep, but I don't know how. Maybe it's just the fact I'm getting more used to the fact that at this time of year it's just getting ridiculously warm. And the fact that here in the UK, we have to suffer because the houses here are built for like winter time, for when it's like cold because the insulation and stuff like that. But when it's like this and we're in like a heat wave, bro, the houses just keep the heat in. So it's just basically like a sauna you can't escape. It's that bad. Oh god. Oh, Mallorca are winning! Yes! There's hope! Pablo Torre! Come on, Mallorca. So that way, they might be able to survive. Saints. Come on, Mallorca. Do it for the culture. Balde tries to whip in the cross for Olmo, but deflected out by Valencia. Defend out for a corner. Right, come on, let's get ourselves a goal. It's been a well, from our side of things, it's been a pretty mediocre first half, but like I have said, going away to Valencia is always difficult. You did 6 years of geography back in school, still think you know the basics. I mean, I done, I started doing geography in like year 8, I think it was. So yeah, I did about 5 years. Oh, good delivery from Rashford. Hits off Lewandowski off the post, the header. There's a Valencia player down just out the edge of the box. He might have collided with the post, actually. I tell you what, I was an absolute king at guessing like the country flags, mainly because of my ball knowledge off of like FIFA, at guessing the country flags. Oh, bro. Like, literally, whenever we were doing like country flags or whatever, like a little like Kahoot or something like that, or whatever it was back in the day, with like guess the flag of the country, bro, that I was in my element, my absolute element. Oh, it was just like, oh yes, this is where the FIFA knowledge comes in. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It is a hell of a lot more than just flags and countries. That is true. My favorite bits were obviously them bits, like learning about different countries and flags and whatever. But I also liked learning about like, you know, like natural disasters like tsunamis, earthquakes, and stuff like that. I like learning about those. The different types of category, hurricanes, tornadoes, etc. 5 minutes at a time. And then the Richter scale for like earthquakes and stuff. Knowing that earthquakes and tsunamis are related. That was pretty cool to learn as well. Gavi and a Rashford on the left hand side. Thankfully, where the UK is, we don't get earthquakes or anything like that. So because we're not near any tectonic plates, which of course those are the things that cause earthquakes and all that. So I am very glad that we are nowhere near any of those. Dear me, if we had earthquakes here. Although, actually, no, we do get earthquakes, but it's just not like life-threatening earthquakes. So, I mean, we could be having an earthquake now and we wouldn't even know. Because the tremors, we can't even feel them. Because we're like nowhere near tectonic plates. Ferran played it in the box. He's trying to square it back in, but unfortunately, balls went out of play. He loved the parts of subductions or volcanoes. Yes, volcanoes. Yeah, that was my favorite thing. Like things of like natural disasters and stuff like that. Like I was a huge fan of like that kind of stuff. Joe Martin's still off the pitch. Damn. Like just learning about natural disasters and like how impactful they can be. Oh no, it's a Valencia player, sorry. I think it was the one who collided with the post. Let's see. Oh no, he didn't get collided with the post, he collided with his goalkeeper. His goalkeeper basically, well, as they've tried to clear the ball away from the corner, the goalkeeper's accidentally went and punched his defender. Oh yeah, he's probably bleeding a bit or whatever, but you know. Levante have equalised against Real Betis, 1-0 now. Earthquakes don't affect us at all, we're just built like that. No, I think it's just sheerly down to pure luck, Comet War. It's not because we're built like absolute machines. It's just that we were extremely lucky where we were placed in the world. Oh, oh man. Oh, Bilbao have pulled one back against Madrid. Saints. Go on, Bilbao. Up the Bilbao. You love to see it. Just a shame that it looks like our game's the only one without a goal. But, you know. Might be time for that in the second half. But yeah, I keep mentioning it, but I'm just so glad that this game away at Mestalla against Valencia is our final game of the season when we have nothing left to play for. Because if this was like halfway through the season, oh god, I always get scared when the goalkeeper comes rushing out and then the opposition player goes down. Always get worried there, but the referees give Valencia a corner. Yeah, because if this game was like in the middle of the season or whatever, I'd be so worried. Because yeah, we've always struggled going to Valencia, but thankfully it's the last game of the season and it doesn't matter. It's great, absolutely fantastic, fan-dabby dozy. No worries, come at all. Right, corner's whipped in, headed away. Guerra still alive. Chesney's managed to parry it over the bar. Valencia have had their chances, to be fair. They really have had their chances. We've got to be careful. Really do. This is kind of giving me similar sort of feelings to the Alaves game that we played, like the game after we won that Liga. This is giving me similar sort of feelings where we were kind of just a bit lethargic and not really up for it. Well, I say not really up for it, but we just weren't at our best. Now, obviously, we ended up losing that game, but obviously it didn't really matter in the end because we'd already won the league. But, you know, it's still not obviously great. Could be still be alive here for Valencia, but kind of just hanging on at the end of this first half. We do need some goals, little tasty. How we doing? What's happening there? Oh, half time. The Valencia players are fuming. They must have thought the VAR was going to check something, but no, the referee's booed for half time, so there's not really much you can do about that, you daft donkeys. But yeah, half time here, 0-0. Not the greatest of first halves, but hey, what can you do? Right, you've sent your predictions out. I'll have a look at Discord now, see, please. I'll have a quick look, see. You want me to show them on the screen or not? Completely up to you. Completely up to you. Don't mind? Right, okay, I will quickly do that then. I'll just quickly go to this. Add a window capture. Discord. And then do this. 2 shots still, Mike. How we doing? You don't care? Fair enough. I just like to be sure because I know some people are a bit wary about stuff like that. Right, so there we are. Right, so in Group A, you've said Czech Republic will top it. Fair enough. Mexico in second, South Korea third, South Africa fourth. That's pretty fair. Group B, Switzerland first, Canada second, Bosnia third, Qatar. Yeah, everybody's going to say Qatar finish fourth, 100%. You know what I mean? Group C, Brazil first, obviously. Morocco second, Scotland in third. As much as I would love to say Scotland would finish in fourth. Yeah, let's be real here. Yeah. Group D, Turkey to top the group, fair. America, Australia, mate, and Paraguay. Group E, Germany, Ivory Coast, Ecuador, Curacao. Damn Curacao. RIP Curacao. Group F, Netherlands, Japan, Sweden in third, and then Tunisia. Actually, no, I'm not going to say what I was thinking there, because obviously I don't want to spoil my prediction video. Turkey are good. To be fair, that Turkey are probably the best team in that group, to be honest. I mean, America, yeah, they have Pulisic, but, like, other than that, there's not really anybody that, like, insane, is there? And then Group E, but not E, Group G. Egypt topping the group. Wow. I mean, I know Belgium aren't exactly the greatest these days, but wow. fair enough. That's an interesting one. I think New Zealand will beat Iran. Damn. That's a pretty cool prediction. I like that Group G prediction. That's pretty cool. Group H, Spain, yeah, topping that. Group H is pretty easy, to be honest. Yeah, Spain and Uruguay, they're the two strongest teams in that group. I wouldn't be surprised if Saudi Arabia managed to pull off a surprise here and there. Like maybe against Uruguay, they might nick a point or something, but yeah. Just fearing Belgium to drop a stinker. Yeah, Belgium aren't as strong as what they used to be, like back in the day. Like when they had like prime De Bruyne, prime Hazard and stuff like that. Group I. There's that many groups, man. Jesus. France, obviously. Norway. Ooh, Norway is second. I like that. Senegal and then Iraq. Group G, Argentina, Austria, Algeria, and Jordan. Were you considering Senegal second? Were you? Damn. I mean, it is a pretty big toss-up between Norway and Senegal. It is, to be fair. I mean, but to be fair, Norway did very well in their qualification group. I'm pretty sure they topped it, didn't they? Because they were in a qualification group with like Italy or something, and they managed to top it. Group K, Portugal, Colombia, Congo, Uzbekistan. Group L, Croatia, England in second. You know what? Considering if this was before our squad came out, I would have said, are you for real? But now, after seeing our squad that got announced, that's probably fair. That we're in second. And then Ghana and Panama, yeah, that's fair. And then the knockouts. Oh, these are the third place teams, right? Okay. So South Korea, Bosnia, Australia might. Then Scotland get knocked out. Perhaps Panama. All draws. Yeah, I mean, we should be beating Panama. Like, come on now. We're not that bad. We should be beating Panama. Oh, my God. South Korea, Bosnia, Australia might, Ecuador, Sweden, Saudi, Senegal, and Congo. So we'll be saying goodbye to Scotland, New Zealand, Algeria. Ooh, Algeria'd have a stinker. Damn. And then Ghana. Wait, so who have you said's gone through? Actually, no, we'll just look at your knockout predictions. This one. So, Mexico to be... Ooh, Mexico against Canada. Damn. Wait, have I missed one? Because I feel like I've missed the round of 32. No, that's right. So, Mexico against Canada, two of the hosts. Yeah, oh, this is the round of 32. I thought so. Yeah, Mexico against Canada, the both round of 32 hosts. Well, not tournament hosts, I should say. Mexico gets through there. You think Germany should beat Australia. Let's be real. Netherlands to beat Morocco. Oh, that'll be a very good game, actually. If Morocco are anything like what they were in the last World Cup, that would be a very good game. Netherlands, Morocco. Brazil, Japan, that could be a decent game as well, to be fair. Yeah, France will get through Sweden. They aren't going to. Damn. I mean, if Morocco were anything like what they were in the last World Cup, it could be a decent game. France beat Sweden. Norway beat Ivory Coast. That could be a decent game, to be fair, depending on who Ivory Coast call up, of course. Czech Republic beat Saudi. Croatia beat Congo. Turkey beat Bosnia. South Korea beat Egypt. We beat Colombia. Oh, playing Colombia again. Oh, God, I remember when we did that in 2018. That was a... that was quite scary. I'm not gonna lie. When we played Colombia in the 2018 World Cup, dear me, went all the way to penalties and everything. We had to get a winning penalty from Eric Dyer. My dears. Spain beat Austria. Switzerland beat Ecuador. Oh, that would be tasty. Argentina, Uruguay. That would be one hell of a game in the round of 32. South American derby. That would be tasty. Senegal beating Portugal. Oh, I like that. I like that indeed. Senegal beating Portugal. Have Portugal going out against Senegal. Oh, you got impressed by them in AFCON, physically very strong, have great chemistry and team cohesion. Fair enough then. And to be honest, I feel like Portugal are going to start Ronaldo when they really shouldn't, because, I mean, come on now. Let's be real. Ronaldo's finished at this point. So, if they are going to be starting Ronaldo like every single game, Portugal, that's going to be a huge hindrance for them. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this game was to happen, I wouldn't be surprised if Senegal did beat Portugal. And then America knock out Belgium. Damn. America. World Cup upset as well. It would be an upset on paper. Round of 16, Germany, France. Oh my God, that would be Germany, France would be absolutely mad. Germany, France, yeah, France win that. Netherlands beat Mexico. Brazil beat Norway. Croatia beat the Czech Republic. Spain beat England. Yeah, if we had to play Spain in the round of 16, yeah, just call the game off. Just forfeit. Turkey beats South Korea. Oh, Turkey on a bit of a run here. I like to say that. Argentina beat America, and then Senegal. God, they're going on a mad run, beating Switzerland. You've got Turkey and Senegal as like the dark horses. I like that. And then the quarterfinals, Netherlands beat France. Damn, the Dutch are going on a run. You really like the look of Senegal? Fair enough. Spain get through against Turkey. Brazil get through against Croatia. Brazil get their revenge on Croatia on the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. And then Argentina beat Senegal. So yeah, the run of Turkey and Senegal is over in the quarterfinals. Good defense, good midfield. To be fair, you could do pretty decent, to be fair. Certainly better than us, that's for sure. Semi-finals, you think you will get beat by Spain? Yes, Spain are pretty strong, to be fair. Oh, you've got adverts, Rip. I'll wait till the adverts have stopped. Daniel Mullen up top, Saints. Daniel Mullen. Free ads, damn. Twitch is not being very nice to you, dear CP. But yeah, I was just saying that you think you'll get knocked out by Spain, fair enough. Brazil, Argentina, that would be one hell of a game. Semi-finals. That would be absolutely insane if that was the semi-final. I wouldn't even care what time that match was on. I would watch it. If Brazil Argentina happens at the World Cup, I will be watching it. Give them a run for their money, but just miss out. Fair enough. And then you think the winner will be between Spain and Argentina. Spain. Fair enough. Hey, we basically get the Finalissima final. We get the Finalissima in the World Cup final if all this happens. So, you know what I mean? So basically, we didn't miss out on the Finalissima. Yeah, Messi can't make it back-to-back in the World Cup, but it will be the Dream Yamal's World Cup. And if all this was to happen, would you say Yamal would win the Ballon d'Or? Like, in a hypothetical way, if all of this was to happen, would that mean Yamal be the favourite for the Ballon d'Or? That is my question. Possibly. I'd say it'd probably be between him. Maybe, depending on who wins the Champions League as well. Maybe like a... Not in a world with Chris Wood. Chris Wood. Good old Chris Wood. And Kane, that's a shout. Yeah, I feel like Kane could be the top goal scorer at this World Cup. That's what I'm feeling anyway. Excuse me. He could be like the top goal scorer, but yeah, Spain to win the final. You think? Damn. I mean, I think Spain are the favourites personally. I think it's between Spain, Argentina, and France for me. He scored a hat trick. Holy hell! I mean, I know he scored, but I didn't think he scored a hattie. Holy hell! But Harry Kane. Right, let's do the normal halftime entertainment now. Decent predictions, though, CP. Thank you for sending those in. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Right. Ooh, Football 11 Retro. Let's quickly do this before the second half comes. I mean, Valencia are having some sort of, like, band player. Oh my god. Valencia 2000 to 2001. God, who was playing for them back then? Ottoman. No. Your favourites are Spain, Argentina, Netherlands, and Senegal. Senegal. Hey, we shout out for Senegal. Three favourites are Spain, France, and England. England. What? Are those your favourites, or are those like the official favourites? Comment or like, are those on like an actual like website or something, or like the bookies or whatever? Yeah, I don't know Valencia or what. Like, I couldn't name you a single player from those days. And the second half's about to start anyway. We've looked that much at CP's World Cup predictions. Are the bookies' favourites? England's not a favourite. Well, we shouldn't be, based on the squad. We definitely should not be a favourite, but there you go. Xavi Espart's coming on, okay. That's for Araujo. I mean, to be fair, at least we don't have to say Araujo's luminous blue trim anymore. Right. So Xavi Espart is on for Araujo. Quickly. We're 6 to... Now, please tell me those predictions, well, the bookies things, were made before our squad came out. Please say they did. Please say they came out before the squad, because I think it would be very different after they've seen the actual squad announcement. That's all I'm going to say. I bet it would have been very, very different after the actual squad announcement. I need to set the second half, don't I? There we go. Bet it was very, very different after the squad announcement. The new... What? So they still think we're 6-1? God. I think they're just assuming that Harry Kane would have to carry us, like, on his back. Like, genuinely. Looks like Valencia haven't made a change yet. Doing changes come from us and bring on Xavi Espart for Araujo. Bookies barely get things right. That is true. That is very true. Bookies are very, very wrong most of the time. So, yeah. Not really surprised. Oh. Looks like one of the lights has went out in the stadium at Valencia. Sure, it's not needed though, right? I mean, most of the floodlights are working. Scotland are 250-1. If Scotland win the World Cup, then I will... Actually, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do. But, I mean, it's not going to happen anyway, so I don't have to even consider it. But if it was to happen, I would buy a kilt. If Scotland somehow won the World Cup, I would buy a kilt and play a bagpipe. But anyway, second half. Let's hopefully have a better second half here and hopefully end the season on a high. That would be appreciated. That would be very much appreciated, but I suppose, again, wouldn't be the end of the world. I mean, it would just be nice to give Lewandowski a good send-off on his final game for us. And of course, it could be the final games for Szczesny, because of course we don't know what's going to happen with him. He might just retire in the summer. And then with Rashford, we don't know whether we're going to keep him or not. And if João Cancelo comes on, again, same situation. We don't know whether he's going to stay or not. So, yeah, could be a few final games for certain players. Could be a few final games for certain players, but we'll see. Couldn't cope with it. Well, thankfully, at least in our lifetime, we'll never have to find that answer out, Commodore. Thankfully, anyway. Oh, at least in our lifetimes. That'll be for, like, our great-great-great-grandchildren to worry about. Not us. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine, hopefully. We'll be fine. Anyway, here's Mark Bernal. Gavi, driving forward here. Lewandowski dummies up for Ferran, but intercepted there by Valencia. They're trying to get on a counter-attack here. Find Luis Rioja on the right-hand side, coming forward. Luis Rioja gets the shot off, blocked by Balde. Still alive for Valencia, though. Guerra. Good interception there from Mark Bernal. Ferran. Massively overhit past that. Massively overhit past that from Ferran. Massively overhit. Massively, massively overhit. Very annoying. But what can you do? What can you do? So what would have happened is, obviously, Eric Garcia has now gone in the centre-back alongside Gerard Martin, and now Xavi Espart will be the right-back. Yeah, that's what's happened here. So, not bad. Not bad. Here is Xavi Espart now on the ball. Ref. Yep, free kick. Free kick. Free kick here. Hopefully Xavi Espart's alright. He looks like he might be in a bit of pain. Looks like he might be in a bit of pain. Hopefully he'll be fine. It would just be typical that our final game of the season ends 0-0. you know what I mean? It would just be typical, wouldn't it? It would just be typical that our final game of the season would end 0-0. Oh, Girona have equalised against Elche. Damn. So literally the only games that are still 0-0 are this one, Celta Vigo Sevilla, and Getafe Osasuna. They're the only games that are still 0-0 here in La Liga. Damn. Every other game has a goal. So we're one of the 3 games that are still goalless. Saints. Nice. Nice. Absolute sainage. Do. I mean, my PC is saying that the temperature's going down, but it still feels so warm, man. Like, I hate it when heat waves happen. Excuse me, voice there. I hate it when heat waves happen because it's just unbearable. It genuinely is. I don't understand how certain people can like this kind of weather. Like, it's unbearable. Especially when you're going to sleep. Like, when you're trying to get to sleep and it's still ridiculously warm. Like, oh, it's absolutely awful. It's absolutely awful. You know how I feel? And is Xavi Espart? Varane, God, La Liga, you're a bit weird in announcing that substitute. Well, Araujo coming off, do you mean? Very late with that. Jesus. Or more. We just can't really get any built a sequence of play going at the minute. Just cannot get any sequence of play. Now Valencia get themselves a free kick. After Guerra, the number 8 was fouled there. Yeah, that's the best thing in this match. We just can't really seem to get any sort of like sequence of like play going properly. And that is the main issue. So hang on, when does the World Cup end? Because I'd seen there were fixtures going well beyond the 11th of July, by the looks of it. So hang on. FIFA World Cup. Knockout. When's the final? The 19th of July in New York. Holy. 19th of July in New York. Damn. That's actually quite mad. 19th of July in New York City. New York City. Looks like Guerrero might have to go off here. There's a stretch on the pitch. I didn't think it was that bad, the collision that he had, but I guess it is. Because of the stupid round, the round of 32. More teams, more games. That's all FIFA care about. More teams means more games. More games means more money. More money means we're happy. That's FIFA's motto, basically. FIFA and UEFA's motto. That how can we get as much money as possible? Oh, I know. Let's make more games. Let's just have more games. Make the players even more, but have to play even more games than what they already do, and then problem solved. Who cares about player welfare? Like, forget about that. So yeah, Guerrero's off. It looks like Ramazani came on for him there. Bit unfortunate for Guerrero. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Hopefully it's nothing too serious for him. Player more fatigued equals financial benefit. Exactly. That is you. That is like UEFA and FIFA's brain process. Players getting more fatigued. It means we get more money. You can literally say that as like an advertisement on like the deli. Do you want more money? Oh, Madrid have made a 3-1 now. Not like it matters. Oh, the Ninja Turtles scored. Oh, wonder who went to celebrate with him. I also wonder if he's been booed. I wonder if he's been booed because obviously the last time he played at the Bernabeu, he got booed. So I wonder if the Madrid fans have been booing him today. That is my question. Are they booing him? If anybody has any information of if they booed him, then let me know, please. Oh, the Celta Vigo game has a goal, and Celta Vigo have scored. Ilax Mariba. Mbappe scored if we checked for offside. No, I think they'll just give him it for pity because obviously he's kind of washed, you know. They'll give him it for pity because Madrid have won nothing again, and yeah, he's basically being demanded out the club, so demanded to leave. Well, certain people are demanding Mbappe leaves, so yeah. They finally realised what the problem was. Damn. I mean, it wasn't that hard to spot that it wasn't gonna work. You know what's funny though? The fact that every time Real Madrid say they're gonna have like a Galactico era, like remember back in the day when they had like Zidane, Beckham, R9, Roberto Carlos, all the Figo, all these types of players, and the field then. Like it's literally the same now, like 20 years later. The fact they have like Mbappe, Bellingham, Vinicius, Tchouameni, Valverde, Camavinga, all these types of players that are supposed Galacticos. Yet the field, like you know what I mean? It just doesn't work. Poor Florentino Perez can't accept the fact that that doesn't work, so he just goes crying, looking for any sort of excuse possible, other than blaming his actual incompetence and his club's incompetence. He just goes looking for any other excuse, like, oh, well, we were robbed of like 7 La Ligas because Barca did this, even though it's been officially confirmed that we have never paid a referee. So, up yours, Perez. Ah, he just loves chatting pap, Perez. That's literally all it is. But anyway, not very much happening in the second half at this moment in time. Of course, if anyone else has any World Cup predictions, I'll quickly have a look at them before I end the stream today. If anyone has any more World Cup predictions that they'd like to share with everybody. Mark Bernal. Xavier Sport, his passer deflects off Ramazani out for a throw in here. So now we're one of 2 games without a goal. It's getting better and better. I just really want us to win. And obviously we know for a fact this is going to be Lewandowski's last game for us. I just want us to win for him. I want him to go out on a high. Even better, if he was the one to score, I'd want that. I really would want him to be able to just go out on a high like that. But as of right now, it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Unfortunately. And here's Danny Olmo. Olmo, almost a good ball in behind to play in Ferran, but good interception there from the Valencia left back there, Vasquez. So yeah, it looks like Mbappe's goal stood then, because clearly it's just a pity goal for Madrid. Just the pity goal and the fact that they're going to win absolutely nothing. So what's the table looking like now? I mean, of course, we only care about the relegation battle now, because obviously everything else is done. Well, we've got nothing left to play for. So, Girona are still getting relegated. Mallorca, excuse me, will still be getting relegated, even with Sevilla losing. Yeah, Mallorca are going to need an absolute miracle. That's just, let's just all admit that they're going to need a sheer miracle in order to, yeah. Well, I suppose Valencia do still have something to play for. They could still get Europe, which would be a bit crazy, but I mean, a club like Valencia should be getting in Europe anyway, but obviously with the troubles they've had in recent years financially, because it's not just us who have been struggling in that Liga with financial problems. Valencia, Sevilla, that's why you've seen them like drop off like crazy. Even like obviously Valencia have had their issues for a while. Obviously Sevilla more recently have had their massive issues. I mean, they're 17th as it stands right now. Like clubs like them should not be in financial turmoil. You know what I mean? Like they are massive clubs. Valencia and Sevilla are massive clubs in Spain, and yet they're not really able to compete. I mean, Sevilla are the kings of the Europa League. Like they're a massive club, yet now at this moment in time they're languishing in relegation battles. Like just shows you how Javier Tebas has single-handedly destroyed and is continuing to destroy this league. With him in charge, the league is just going to continue to go downhill. And we're going to see, we're probably going to lose great clubs like Valencia, Sevilla, purely just down to the fact that these FFP restrictions that Tebas has in place are beyond a joke. Like, they're far too strict. Way too strict. And he just doesn't offer any sort of like help or anything like that. Olmo tries to play in Farhan. Good defender was offside anyway. Because obviously, if this was like in like the Premier League or like the AFL or something like that, you'd see like the league organisers try to help out the other clubs. But like you'd see the organisers try to help out the clubs in the best way they can. Whereas in that Liga, that's just not a thing. So it's basically you against everyone. Frankie de Jong is coming on here, CP. Just to let you know. Bottas has balled it. No. Wait, has Bottas got a Q3? Was it still just Q1? I was going to say, there's no way he got the Q3. Oh, go on. Good interception there from Rashford, driving forward. Go on, Marcus. Marcus on the left-hand side. Rashford. Trying to make an opportunity. Plays it back for Gavi. Gavi whips it in for Lewa. Cleared away on his fast Ferran. Oh, Lewa! It's on! Yes, vamos! Lewandowski on his final game for the club may have... Well, hopefully it's going to be onside here. But yeah, Lewandowski on his final game for the club gets his goal. 120 goals for him in a Barcelona shirt. And this is going to be the best farewell dance, well, last dance scenario that you'll see. Vamos, Lewa! Love it. Oh, it was Q1. I thought it was Q1. I was going to say it. Bottas got that Cadillac to Q3. I'd be stunned. Oh, that's what you want. That's what I wanted. Yes. Noah. PC, he's onside. Oh, he's onside as well. Vamos. Yes. You love to say it. Gorski, on his final game for the club, gets his goal. That's what you love to see. I just wish he could have scored last week, but at the Camp Nou. But here, hey, Lewandowski. Once a cooler, always a cooler. 100%. Eric Garcia has come off now as well. I can't really give the assist to Ferran there because he was trying to shoot. Oh my god, Christensen's come on. Almost off as well. Guys, Christensen's come on. Like, De Jong's on as well. Yeah, Christensen is actually alive. Like, confirmed. The man is so injury prone, unfortunately. Christensen is actually a very good player. The problem is with him, he's just always injured. Like, the guy can never really stay fit for a consistent period of time. That's the only downside to Christensen. Because other than that, he's just... Other than the injury problems, he's, like, a very decent player. Honestly, if he wasn't so injury-prone, I genuinely feel like he would be probably one of our starting centre-backs. He is that good. Oh, Valencia knew he had a chance to score. Oh, they're shouting for a foul or a handball or something, the Valencia players. The referees ended up booking their number 5, the captain, Targera. Targera? However you say his name. Where's Christensen? But yeah, Christensen is actually playing a match. Who would have thought? Andreas Christensen is actually on the pitch. The Danish Maldini's back. The Danish Maldini. So where's this supposed foul? Bro, you're going for the shot. That's not a foul. Bro, you're already mid-air and you're going... That's not a foul. You're going for the shot. You're in mid-air already. That's not a foul. If you were still on the ground, then fair enough. But you were mid-air. Half your body was already, like, well, pretty much all your body was in the air. There was no way that's a foul. If he was still on the ground, fair enough. They would have an actual point, Valencia. But he's in the air. I'm sorry, there is no way you can get a penalty for that when the guy's airborne. They've got nothing to complain about there. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, Lewandowski. Wait, has Ferran actually been given the assist? He has. I suppose I have to give it to Ferran. Even though I personally wouldn't count that as an assist because he was trying to shoot, but... Well, I've personally felt like he was trying to shoot, but... Hey, I mean, the only person who that will know that for definite is Ferran Torres, but... Yo. But if Ferran is the one to get Lewandowski his final assist, well, his final goal for the club, then hey, all's forgiven. Referees booked someone else now for Valencia. Nunes. Boy, he's fuming, Nunes. He's kicking right off. Best be careful, or he might get sent off here. If he doesn't watch his mouth. If he doesn't watch his mouth, he best want to be careful, Mr. Nunes. Mr. Nunes might want to be careful. It is Gavi. Well, at least we're not the one of the games that are 0-0 now. Hallelujah for that. Hallelujah for that. Oh my god, what is that for a mistake? Oh, I thought Chesney had saved it, but unfortunately not. Valencia have equalised here. I don't know what we were trying to do there. It was poor build-up from the back. Misplaced pass, and now Valencia have managed to pull one back. I didn't see who scored. I think Xavi Espart was at fault there. But yeah, 1-1 now. I mean, not like it really matters because we've got nothing left to play for other than pride. But yeah, still not ideal. We want to give Lewandowski the good send-off. Wait, what? Guerrero? I thought he went off. What? Who did Ramazani come on for then? I swear Guerrero went off. Lopez? What? Guerrero went off. He was literally down on the what do you call it? The on the ground with the stretcher. There's Rashford on the other end. We're getting instant reply. Rashford, Gavi. Fucking Rashford finds Xavi Espart looking to make up for his mistake. Xavi Espart forces a big save from the Valencia goalkeeper. So it was Lopez for them. I swear it was Guerrero. I remember seeing number 8 on the back of the shirt. I'm convinced it was him. Whatever. So Guerrero with the goal for Valencia. Who got the assist then? Who got the assist, if anybody? Doesn't say a nice one for Bob. So I guess nobody got the assist. Fair enough. Fair enough. Nobody got the assist for Valencia. It was just Guerrero goal, even though I thought he went off the pitch. But whatever. Whatever. We move. We move. Oh, CP, if you're still here, have you played the new Lego Batman game? If you're still here, that is. There's Varane, De Jong, Frankie De Jong. You don't have it yet? Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. It's a pretty good game. From what I've played of it so far, it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. There's Rashford. Oh, it's not Rashford, sorry, Balder. Oh, it's a score update in the Espanyol game. They've equalised against Real Sociedad. Unfortunately, we do not like to see Espanyol doing well. Any Lego game was good. True. That is very true. But I have a feeling this is the best one yet. I mean, I might be biased just because it's Batman, but from what I've played so far, it is genuinely a lot of fun. 100% a lot of fun. Betis 2-1 now. Damn. I mean, Betis have got nothing left to play for because they've already confirmed their place in the Champions League next season, so they'll be happy about that. I don't know what I'm saying. Nothing tops the. Oh, that's true. I do have a lot of nostalgia for the complete saga. I have to admit. I have a lot of nostalgia for that game. When you'd first spawn in when you loaded the game up, and then you'd be in the cantina, and you could just hear the band playing the song. Oh, that was just absolute peak. That was my childhood right there. That was a massive part of my childhood, the complete saga. Well, what a time to be alive. What an absolute time to be alive. What other top tier Lego games were there? Oh, there's another yellow card. I think it's Guerrero that's been booked this time. No, it's Christensen. So Christensen's come on and he's been booked. Damn. Andreas, what you doing? I know this is your first game in donkey's years, but, like, we don't need to be this stupid. Just calm down. Oh, what other top tier Lego games were there? The first Lego Batman game, that was nostalgic for me. Lego Marvel Superheroes, that was unreal. Here's Ramazani with a shot straight at Chesney. Oh, he nearly spilled it, to be fair. Thankfully, he managed to keep hold of the ball in the end. Lego Marvel Superheroes. Oh, CP. Yeah, the Skywalker Saga is decent. It is, to be fair. Did you ever play the Lego Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars? That is an underrated gem. Oh crap, Valencia chance, good block in there, still alive for them. Lose for your hair! And he scored. Oh, are we actually going to lose on that was final game? Oh, that would just be horrendous to lose on Lewandowski's final game for the club. But it is, well, hopefully we can turn it around. But as of right now, Valencia are winning 2-1 in that was final game. Not great. It was a banger. Yeah, it was a banger, to be fair. Absolute banger. Yeah, I'm still glad that this is the last game of the season. Because playing God. I tell you what, though, since Christensen's come on, we've kind of looked a bit shaky. You can tell he hasn't played in ages. Yeah, there is just so much space being left. So much space. There's just not enough closing down either. Yeah, we have looked very, very shaky since Christensen's come on. I'm not gonna lie. Oh. Yeah, we've not really looked that great. Not really looked that great since he's come on. You can tell he hasn't played in absolutely ages as well. You can tell. You can tell. I really don't want us for Lewandowski to leave on a loss. That would be brutal. But I mean, at least he scored, right? At least there's that. At least he scored. Yeah, we've looked an absolute mess since taking off Eric Garcia. Who would have thought? I never thought I'd be saying that, but oh. That's only Luis Rioja's third goal this season. Are you taking the absolute mick? He's only scored 2 goals all season before today. That is bad. Oh, that is actually horrendous. But it's happened. What can you do? It's happened. Not very much you can do, and now the Valencia Ultras are absolutely loving life. They are absolutely loving life. I would be so gutted if we end up, if Lewandowski's final game for us, potentially Rashford's as well, and Szczesny's. Also potentially Cancelo as well if he comes on. But we know for a fact it's Lewandowski's last game. So if Lewandowski ends his final game for us, yes, he's scored, but if it ends in a loss, it's just going to leave a very sour taste, isn't it? Well, to be fair, Messi's last game ended in a very similar way. I mean, albeit at the time we didn't know it was going to be Messi's last game, but yeah, Messi ended up on the losing side in his last game, and he scored in that game as well. So yeah, that was so yeah, maybe history is about to repeat itself. Maybe history is about to repeat itself. Beat them 7-0. Who, Valencia? We beat Valladolid 7-0. Did we beat Valencia 7-0? I don't recall beating Valencia 7-0. I remember beating Valladolid 7-0. Not Valencia. Where's the head-to-heads? Football head-to-head. Oh, we beat them 6-0 back in September. Yeah, we beat them 6-0. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, so in September this season, we beat them 6-0. And then our 2 meetings against them last season, we beat them 5-0 in the Copa del Rey. Actually, no, so we would have had more than, we've had 3 meetings with them last season. Last season, the first game against them, we beat them 2-1. And then in January of 2025, we beat them 7-1 in La Liga. And then the Copa del Rey, we beat them 5-0. So yeah, we kind of destroyed Valencia last season. There's no lie about it. We absolutely destroyed Valencia last season. Beat them 7-1 in La Liga last season. So it's safe to say they're probably just getting their revenge. I honestly can't remember that game where we put 7 past Valencia. I genuinely can't remember that. The only game I remember us putting 7 past the team was Valladolid. I remember obviously us putting 7 past them. I think it was after the Bayern Munich game where Rafinha scored a hat-trick. I remember, yeah, that's the only game I can remember where we put 7 past the team. The Valladolid game. Not Newcastle. Oh, well, yeah, there was Newcastle this season. But I was on about last season. In terms of last season, I can only remember the Valladolid game. But obviously this season, we put 7 past Newcastle. So that was fun. Oh, Valencia could have another chance. Oh, Mark Bernal, that's a late challenge. That's going to be a booking as well, probably. Free kick. Was it a pen? Where's he pointing to the spot? I swear it was just outside. No, I swear that was just outside the box. Yeah, we look absolutely rattled here. Just a few changes and we've absolutely destroyed it. We've just collapsed. Let's see the replay. Bro, he's outside the... I think he's just outside, or is he? Oh, God, it's a tight one. See from this angle. I think he's just outside. Like, he's literally this close to being inside the box. But, I don't know. Oh, he will have. He definitely will have. 100%. He will have loved Newcastle getting destroyed like that. I think that's just outside the box, but If it stays as a penalty, I wouldn't be surprised because it was a pretty rash challenge. Yeah, he is. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I haven't heard from him in a while, so yeah, I'm just assuming he's still busy with uni. Just assume. Just assume. You just gotta assume. Hope he's alright, though. Hard jaw's cooking. You love to say it. You love to say it. P1 and Q2. Damn! Go on, hard jaw. Right, they're checking VAR for this. So obviously it is a very tight call. I do believe it is just outside the box where the contact made. Verstappen's only P7. Damn. He needs to do some work then, excuse me. Yeah, this has been since the Lewandowski goal, we've had an absolute meh. Like, we've just completely collapsed defensively. Since bringing off, like, Eric Garcia. Like, we've just absolutely collapsed. Genuinely. This must be a very tight call. Free kick. I think he's given a free kick. Leclerc's in it. Damn. Does he give the free kick? No penalty. Yeah, it's just outside the box. I thought it was outside the box. And it was just outside the box. But Mark Bernal's still going to get a yellow card, though. I mean, that's fair. It was a rash challenge. It was a rash challenge, so that is fair. But obviously, yeah, this is much better that that's a free kick and not a penalty. But, yeah, it literally is this close. Hotjar's the fastest in Q2. Damn. What the Mercedes looking like? Surely they have some pace, surely. I mean, Mercedes have been dominant all season. Surely they have some pace. You'd think, right? I'm gonna guess Antonelli might be in the top 3 somewhere. 4th and 5th? What? I mean, obviously Hadjar's been faster, but who's the other 2 faster? That's mad. Right, they're making 2 more changes here by Valencia. 2 more changes. Hugo Doro's off. Hadjar. Hamilton. And on Norris. Lewis Hamilton. Oh my god. That is something. Lewis Hamilton. Damn. Old man's apparently still got it, supposedly. And then Vasquez is off for Thierry Correa. Gotta remember when he was a wonder kid. Thierry Correa, now he's just fell away to mediocrity. Behrman signs Gasly, Hulkenberg, Lawson, and Bortoletto out. Damn, no Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg's an underrated beast. Genuinely underrated. Like Ramazani with a free kick. Well, right. Comes to absolutely nothing. Where's Correa? There he is. Yeah, genuinely, Hulkenberg is a very underrated beast. Very underrated beast. Hulk got his usual P11. He loves the P11. Hulkenberg loves the P11. You got to love the P11. P11 for Hulkenberg is like the dream. If Hulkenberg gets P11, that's basically a win for him. Alright, we're on a cooling break here. What's the point in a cooling break in the 80th minute? We might as well just finish out the rest of the 10 minutes. Well, to be fair, to be honest, we could probably do with a little regroup because we've been absolutely shocking since the Lewandowski goal. Like, genuinely, we've been in the absolute pits since Lewandowski went off. Not Lewandowski, since Eric Garcia went off. We've been in the absolute pits, but whatever. Whatever. Christensen affair. To be honest, Christensen has looked like he's not played in months. Because obviously he actually hasn't played in months because the guy has been injured pretty much all season. And you can kind of tell. You can really tell. I mean, since he's come on, we've conceded 2 goals. Like, I mean, he's at fault for Guerrera's goal. They're number 8. I mean, he was just getting spun left, right, and centre. And then Valencia's second goal from Rioja, they just everybody's all over the place again. I mean, it was on the opposite side this time, our left hand side. But yeah, it's just again all over the place defensively. Like, we weren't having that when Eric Garcia was on the pitch, or hell, even when Araujo was on the pitch. Although, to be honest, I think the first goal for Valencia, it was a big mistake by Javier's part. But I'm not really going to blame him too much because obviously he's a young player. You know what I mean? Cancelo's getting ready to come on by the looks of it. Who else? Casado. Yeah, Cancelo and Casado getting ready to come on here. So Bernal's coming off. That makes sense. He's in a yellow card. He's in a yellow card. At least Pedri's going to get the full rest, but just means we won't be able to see Pedri play for us again until August. Or, at the very least, God, when's pre-season going to be? I just thought about that. When on earth is pre-season going to be? Like, holy hell. And then Farhan's off for, Cancelo. When the heck is pre-season going to be? Because obviously the World Cup's going to last from June the 11th till, the 19th of July. So when the hell are we going to have pre-season? I suppose the clubs could still have pre-season in between, just obviously have the pre-season with the players who aren't at the World Cup, but it's still not ideal, and not having all your squad available doing a pre-season, you know? Because in pre-season you want to have all your team, but obviously that can happen when there's like international tournaments at the World Cup and or Euros or whatever. Yeah, it's just not ideal, is it? Not really been Rashford's game, to be fair, here tonight. Hasn't really been able to impact the game as much as he probably would have hoped to do. But, yeah, to be honest, it hasn't really been the best of games. But, like I've always said, going to Mestalla is always a very difficult place to go. So, you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm just checking that all the clips are fine. Yep, they're fine. Good. Good indeed. At least we're starting to put a bit of pressure back on Valencia's defence again. Well, at least there's that. Putting a bit of pressure on Valencia's defence again. Hallelujah for that. Right, Rashford from the corner. We know he's good from set pieces. We know he is good from set pieces. Gerard Martin still has that bandage around his head. Damn. Right, Rashford from the corner on the right-hand side. Whips it in. Can he find anybody? No! What a save! Oh my god, what a save from their goalkeeper. It's actually Christensen who got on the end of it as well. Dimichevsky, what a save. It was flicked on by Cancelo, and Christensen, he's there to just tap it home, but oh, dear me, right place, right time. Why did it have to be Christensen there, man? Mallorca are 2-0 up now. Why did it have to be Christensen there? Why could it not have been like a forward player like Lewandowski or like Olmo? Well, no, it's not even Olmo on the pitch anymore. Like, I don't know, even like Cancelo or something. Like, oh man. No Super. Oh my days. Well, it looks like we might be losing. That was last game for us, which not ideal, but hey-oh. Hey-oh, here she goes. What can you do? What can you do? That's a nice ball from Cancelo. Finds De Jong. De Jong and a Balde. Oh, Balde, what are you doing? Balde just genuinely looks like a lost puppy at times. Gavi. Lower. Xavier Spart. Rashford. Rashford into Casado. Tries to cross it in the box, but there's nobody there. It's behind Lewandowski. Behind Lower. But yeah, again, I am just very glad that this game is right at the end of the season when it doesn't matter. Because if this was like halfway through the season, I'd be very worried right now. But yeah, final game of the season, it would be a shame to end it on a loss, but not much you can really do, is there? You just got to hope that hopefully the team can get an equaliser from somewhere, at the very least. Yeah, Valencia got themselves a free kick here. Cancelo is deemed to have been fouled Correa there. Portuguese compatriot. Portuguese compatriot. What a save, though, from Dimitrov. Where? Whoa! This angle showing the save from Dimitrevski on Christensen. It looked like the ball went in. But of course, there's no goal line technology in La Liga, so we'll never know. I swear that looked in from that angle. The angle I've just seen there, it looked like it was in. Oh my days. I mean, maybe the whole ball didn't cross the line. I mean, I know there's the whole thing that the whole ball has to be across the line, but from that angle, it looked in. But of course, we'll never know because there's no goal line technology in La Liga. Because Javier Tebas is happy to spend money on all these fancy cameras, 4K cameras on the side of the pitch and everything like that. But he won't invest a little million to get goal line technology. Great league. Great league. Absolutely fantastic league. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Mallorca are 3-0 up now. Holy. When we start in the XGF1 podcast. Oh, who knows, CP? We'll have to ask the people. We'll have to let the people decide. Don't know if the world will be ready for our steering wheel knowledge. Our wheel knowledge. Instead of ball knowledge, we'll call it wheel knowledge. I don't know if people are ready for our wheel knowledge. I don't think the world's ready. We'll have to ask the people. We'll have to ask the people. And it's Casado, Rashford. Please just at least get a draw. We don't want Lewandowski's last game for us to end in a defeat. That'd be pretty sad. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be gutted for Lewa as well, because obviously he scored today, got his 120th goal for us. But if we end up losing, we end up losing. Not very much we can do, is there? Rashford, well, it's not very much that us fans can do, because obviously we're not the ones on the pitch. Saro tries to whip in the cross, but it's headed away. De Jong's managed to retrieve it though. Christensen. Rashford. Oh, no, that's bad. That is absolutely horrendous as Real Madrid go 4-1 up against Bilbao. Oh, dear me. Gavi was protesting for a handball there, but even so, that was... Oh, my God. We've looked very sloppy this past, 20, 25 minutes. Well, ever since Eric Garcia went off, whenever minute that was. We've looked sloppy since then. Like, very sloppy. Have they added on 8 minutes? I'm still yet to see yet. Where have they got 8 minutes from if they have added on 8 minutes? I mean, I know there's been, obviously, that VAR check for debating whether it was a penalty or not. Oh my God, it actually is 8 minutes. What the... That's a bit excessive. 8 minutes. Holy. I mean, there was that VAR check to debate whether Bernal had fouled the guy in the box or not. But, hey, I don't know. Seems a bit... 8 minutes is still a bit excessive, if you ask me. Or Bilbao pulled another back, damn. Ernesto Valverde's last game in charge of Bilbao as well. Before they sign... Who's their new gaffer again? He used to be at Dortmund. Edin Terzic? Can't believe he's going to be in charge of them. It's a bit of a peculiar one. Especially for Bilbao, because usually they love their... obviously, I guess it doesn't apply for managers, but for players, they only have players from the Basque region of Spain. So, yeah, it's a bit odd for them to have a manager outside of the Basque region. But, Girona and Mallorca set to be relegated. Yep, by the looks of it, unless there's some sort of absolute madness that happens in between now and the next however many minutes are in those games. I feel sad for Girona, to be honest, because Girona, wasn't that long ago they were in the Champions League. And they were wowing the world with the wonder team they had, like Dovbyk, Savinho. Who else do they have on that team? Ivan Martin was Coogan. You had like, God, who else was in there? Eric Garcia was part of that team. Rashford whips in the cross. Oh my God, they nearly scored an own goal there. One season wonders, unfortunately, because what happened is, like, kind of similar to what happened with the Ajax 2018 team. As soon as they have one good, amazing season, all their best players get poached. All their best players get poached, and then they're just left in ruin. That's basically what it is. Oh, the Madrid game's full-time. Not like it really matters, but, you know. Right, let's not end Lewandowski's last game with a loss, please. Somehow just find a way to at least get a draw. Like, that would at least... I just don't want Lewandowski to bow out with a loss. Getafe in 7th. Oh, that means they're going to get Europe. I think that means they'll get Europa League as well. Because obviously 5th in La Liga gets your Champions League. Because it's similar to the Premier League where the top 5 get Champions League. Due to the UEFA coefficient bullcrap. Doing the usual, oh, of course. Good old Getafe, Javier Bordelas masterclass. Oh, God. Oh, they're in the conference. Oh, thank God. Nobody cares about the conference. Nobody cares about the Conference League. It's fine. they can be in the Conference League all they like. I don't care about that. Rashford tries to cross with stuff. Oh, because, oh, well, yeah, you do. But, like, for, like, every other team in Spain, we don't care about the Conference League. You know what I mean? CP, I pray that you don't play Getafe, because if you play Getafe, let me tell you, you are going to have a very awful time. Let's just admit that. All right, Rashford whipped in the corner. Please, just somehow get an equaliser. Beat our dogs tomorrow in the conference. Oh yeah, I'd seen you. I'd seen that Eredivisie has like a Conference League knockout fixtures or whatever. And yeah, you're playing Ajax. So you could be in the Conference League if you win that. Getafe have a 0. Oh my God. Getafe. God. Oh God. I feel sorry for anybody who plays Getafe in the Conference League next season. Christensen! Oh! What a save again from Dimichevsky. Revsky, or whatever they pronounce his name. You have a 100% win record against Ajax. Oh, this season, I was going to say. Bet us a 1-2-1. Well, they were already in the Champions League, so wasn't really, there was nothing left to play for them. But it's still nice for Betis to win, I suppose. It'd be nice to see them in the Champions League. Rashford whips the ball in. Please get an equaliser. Mallorca won 3-0. But I don't think it will be enough, though. Too little, too late, potentially, for Mallorca. That's really not a good thing for us either, because obviously we sold Pablo Torre and Jan Vigi there, the Mallorca, for absolute pennies. But we had like massive sell-on clauses. Now, if Mallorca get relegated, we're not going to get very much from those sell-on clauses. So, yeah, we're kind of screwed if Mallorca go down. Baldo whips in the cross, tries to find Gavi, but it's headed up, well, cleared away by Valencia. Might try to get on a counter-attack. Yeah, I think Mallorca are done, realistically. Too little, too late. Sevilla are beat. Damn. Sevilla could still be in trouble, you know. Who is just below them again? Girona. Girona still... Oh, if Girona find a winner, you know. I tell you what, if Girona find a winner, Sevilla could still go down. That is genuinely a possibility. Oh my God, wait, Mallorca are safe! For now, they're safe. I've just looked at the La Liga table. Levante are going down in their place. Right, so Guerrera's now definitely off. I'm right for 100% now in saying that Guerrera's off. For the number 10. Oh my God, Mallorca might actually stay up. It says 18th. I've just checked on FotMob. Look, I'll quickly show you. As the substitutes happening. Look, for me it says they're 17th. Just above Levante. I mean, my phone's not focusing, so that's not really ideal, but... Oh, there we go. You can see they're in the Mallorca 17th, Valencia 18th. Valencia might have a chance to make it 3-1. Thankfully they don't. But still alive. Nunez, he has made it 3-1. Well, it's not even Nunez, it's Ricardo, what's his face, Rodriguez, the former Real Betis and West Ham midfielder. 3-1 here for the Valencia. Fair play. They won the game. Last game of the season. It is what it is. It's just a shame that the Lewandowski's time at the club is going to end in a loss. But maybe we probably shouldn't have subbed off Eric Garcia. Yeah, that's painful. I'm not even going to bother putting that Rodriguez scored because the referee's just going to blow his whistle there by the time we kick off again, so there's not really any point. But fair play to Valencia. We've just collapsed defensively since we subbed off Eric Chesney. That's poor from him. He should be saving that, in my opinion. He could be doing better there, Chesney. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, we would have lost the same amount of games as Real Madrid in La Liga. 6. Damn. Scored the most goals, but conceded more. 1 more goal than them. That's not ideal. Chose wrong for you. Yeah, but yeah, Mallorca. Oh, Girona couldn't find a winner. Girona couldn't find a winner, so yep, they're down. Russell's on pole. Oh, God. Girona are down, unfortunately, but Mallorca survive, so that's good for us. Then Norris, then Piastri. Damn. McLaren 2-3. Not bad. Oh, not 2-3, 3-4. Kimi's in second. Mercedes front row lockout. Damn. Norris, Hamilton. Jesus. Verstappen. God, Hadjar's fell off a cliff. Verstappen, Hadjar, Leclerc, Lindblad. Ooh. Call it Pindo as well. Sheesh. Won't call it Pindo. Damn it! It is such a shame we're gonna say Lewandowski leave us on a loss, but maybe we should not have brought off Eric. We shouldn't have brought off Eric. And the end of the season on a loss as well is pretty brutal. But who will replace him? Honestly, I've got no idea. Like, there's always the rumors of Julian Alvarez. Then there's rumors of João Pedro recently. There's the odd rumor of Osimhen, but I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know what's going to happen, to be honest, about who's going to replace Lower. I really don't know. Thoughts on Hull going up? It was a pretty poor game, but fair play to Hull, I suppose. But Middlesbrough, you had 3 chances to go up and you didn't take any of them. That is pretty poor. But full time, not the idealist of ways to finish the season. And of course, it's not great for Lower either, losing in his final game for us. But it is what it is. Lower, thank you for your service. Once a cooler, always a cooler. He gets man of the match as well, surprisingly, Lewandowski. Lewandowski gets a man of the match as well. So, shout outs to La Liga for giving him man of the match in his final game. Hey, you came to us when we were a mess. When we were in absolute shambles, you came to us and got us back to where we belong. Well, partially back to where we belong. Back competing for things. So thank you very much for your service, Lower. You will never be forgotten. You spent 4 years at this club and you got us back to competing for trophies again. So you're a very big part of that. So thank you very much, Lewandowski, and you will forever be remembered as a Barca legend. 100%. 100%. Exactly. 4 seasons, 3 league titles. My striker. What a guy. What a guy, eh? The UEN's clapping him. We gotta clap him. The last time he dons the Barca colours. Oh no, definitely not Figo. Screw Figo. He ruined his legacy when he went to Madrid. But Lauer is always a cooler. Super Lauer. At least he won in his final home game for us. Even the Valencia fans were applauding, though. That's what you mean. Well, yeah. In the case of Luis Figo, he will never be always a cooler. He's a rat. But for 99.9% of people, once a cooler, always a cooler. Lewandowski. 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 Damn, I'm getting a bit emotional. This is brutal. And Figo, oh, he was there. Oh, what, when the pig's head was thrown? The game when threw the pig's head at him. Damn. that was mad. No, oh, he was at that game. Jesus. I hope he was booing Figo. I hope he was booing Figo. Because that would have been there. Oh, man. Oh, man, that was gone. That's it. That was gone. That was gone. That's literally it. It's over. Of course he did. But good man. Good man. I think me and your dad would get on very well, CP. Oh, he always supported Barca. What a guy. Oh, but yeah, it's crazy to think that that's it. That was gone. That is literally it now. That was gone. That's his last game for us. It's over. Holy, it's actually over. It doesn't seem real, but it is. That was his last game for us. It's over. If you didn't fall in love with the Mighty Utrecht, Barca's your second team, so I'll happily have you as Barca's second team. I'll happily have you as Barca as your second team. Don't worry, CP. You're part of the Coolia family. Oh, it's a shame we lost in his final game, but what can you do? What can you? At least he scored. At least he got 120 goals for us. At least he got 120 goals for us. You go to bed, no worries, CP. I'm going to call it a night today anyway. But yeah, that's where we're going to leave this watch along for today, guys. The final watch along in the 25-26 season. Thank you, everybody who's been here throughout the whole season. Very much appreciate it. If you've been here for all the watch alongs, a few watch alongs, even just the one watch along, whatever it is. Thank you for being here at any stage of the season. Thanks to everyone who's watched tonight. Thanks to Mike, CP, Cometo, Little TSD. We had, I think Sahood was here at the start. I might be very wrong though. Well, I would say Mohammed, but he was crying about wanting to watch the match, but making me trying to get me channel deleted. But yeah, whatever. But yeah, anybody else that was here at any point in time on Twitch or YouTube, thank you all for watching. And as the next watch along that we'll be doing will be for the World Cup opener, Mexico against South Africa, which I believe is on at a suitable time. So yeah, we'll be doing the World Cup watch along for that in terms of football. But in terms of F1, we'll do a watch along tomorrow night for the Grand Prix, the Canadian Grand Prix, obviously. But yeah, thank you all for watching. It's been a very good season for us overall, winning La Liga and the Spanish Super Cup. Of course, we would have liked to have gone a bit further in the Champions League, but that's for next season. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Lewandowski, once a cooler, always a cooler.